All right, right now, we no pun intended or pun intended, we cooking up something special right now. Because you already know
Oakland, California, that
we got something. I got my sister, Chef Michele McQueen, up in this bitch. And I mean, that's just how it is. And for some reason, my special effects ain't working right now. But maybe they are, and I just can't hear them. But anyway, we're here for a special episode of Sorry for My Language with Chef Michele McQueen. And this is dope. Like, what a great way to have my first guest. So right now, Michele, I would like for you.
Am I your first guest?
You're my very first guest.
Sorry for my language.
Hell yeah.
My language is bad, so that's appropriate.
I've already apologized for you. So,
yes. All right.
So tell the people who you are and why you're in Washington, D.C. at the moment.
All right. I am Chef Michele McQueen, owner, operator of Town Fair by Michele McQueen in Oakland, California. A very delicious cultural comfort cuisine serving food out of the Oakland Museum. I've been in this industry for over 25 years. And I am in Washington, D.C. today to attend the Black Women in Food Summit with a whole bunch of other beautiful Black women in this industry. And so far, it's the first day, and it's been beautiful.
That's dope. So this is not just chef expertise.
No.
But it's Black women.
In food. So
not even just Black people, but Black women.
Black women specifically. So you're talking about food producers, chefs, restaurateurs. So there are people who are making everything from pastries to spices to ice cream to drinks, non-alcoholic, what have you, other chefs like me, people really in the food space, Black women in the food space, all collaborating together. And we will attend a lot of different workshops tomorrow on creating content, getting your product into stores, restaurant stuff, like across the board.
So why Washington, D.C.?
I don't know. I believe the women that started this is the third year, my first time attending, are from this area. So don't quote me, but I believe they are from this area.
So there are some Washington, D.C. representatives.
A lot of the businesses there are local to the DMV. And a lot of them do ship. So that was nice because shipping can sometimes be new for a lot of people. There were some that aren't currently shipping, but they'll get there. But a lot of them do ship their product. So, and that's good. I'm in California, so I'm one of the people that comes from, far away to DC to check out the summit. So far, I've been very impressed. And it's just really nice to be around all of these Black women in this food space.
Shout out to the Black women fucking it up. Shout out to the Black women. Black women are doing it.
Always. We do the damn thing.
And there's a lot of niggas sitting on the bench talking about, man, women don't be doing shit. Women on some bullshit.
Women do everything.
Yeah.
We make the world spin. We make everything. We got you all here. And we've been feeding you. We still feeding you.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. So for those who don't know, I'm from Oakland. Michele's from Oakland. And our mothers they're best friends, and we grew up down the street from each other. Yes. So it's hard for me to say anything other than this is my sister.
Yes. And she's the only child.
I'm an only child, but
right.
And shit, that nigga needs fucking sisters.
Right? No, for sure, I'm with it.
And my real half sisters, they live in Texas, so like
that's right. I forgot about them. I've never met them.
Yeah, I didn't have the grow up experience with them.
Right.
Wait, you didn't come to my fucking birthday?
What birthday? I couldn't make it. Remember? I couldn't make it. I was working. I think I couldn't make it. I remember. Or I was out of town. There was something I couldn't make. They came?
Yeah.
Or there's
my older one came.
How many?
2.
Okay, yeah. You have pictures?
Hell yeah. I got videos, all types of shit.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
Damn.
Yeah, okay.
And see, that's what happens in
rivalry.
That's what happens when your family don't celebrate you like this shit.
I should have met them by now. I mean, I've only known you 50 years.
I know. Fuck.
Damn. Okay.
All
anyway.
Right. So as a chef, you have some issues that you and so wait, tell them what type of restaurant you have.
So,
Cuisine
my
wise.
background is in Southern cuisine. Naturally, I am self-taught, not professionally trained, and a lot of my influence comes from my grandmother and my mother, and I have perfected that over the years, working under some very talented chefs. And so,
So if I come,
well, this restaurant being in the heart of Oakland, right? I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose sight of myself and my roots. But I also wanted to incorporate some different fusions, if you will, or techniques of some of the other prominent ethnicities in Oakland, being Asian and Latino. So we do a gumbo ramen.
You got some. I didn't know you had some Latino and Asian shit.
I do a gumbo ramen fusion, excuse me. So we do a gumbo ramen. For a while, I was doing the collard green sweet potato spring rolls. We currently do a blackened jackfruit taco, which is vegan. And you never had those?
I don't.
They're vegan and delicious. They're delicious.
So you got vegan,
to, showcase a little bit, or just incorporate a little bit of the technique or familiarity, I should say, with certain items in the Asian and Latino space. I would never, act like we're authentically doing a ramen. You know what I mean? It's not an authentic ramen.
But you got some.
It's a gumbo ramen. It's a take on, and just a little bit of a tribute to us being like a block from Chinatown, quite frankly.
That's tight. That's tight. So you got some range in your shit.
Yeah, definitely. And then, when we cater all kinds of things. We just don't cater based off of our restaurant menu. And, we do a lot of catering is a good, 60%, or not 60%, I'm sorry, a good like 30% of our business. So in sales, so that's good. Yeah, it's good.
So in a business, like in a business type that you have, the restaurant, you have events like brunches and all that, and all that. How do you survive in the same square block area where people fail because of that business model, because of having something where you have perishables?
So, it's not necessarily because it's perishable, but because it is perishable, this industry, it makes it hard for people for multiple reasons to flourish in this industry. It depends. There are a lot of factors that go into being successful in a restaurant. It's not just your location, how they always say location, location, location. This location in particular was challenging because, quite frankly, nobody or a lot of people do not know about the Oakland Museum, do not frequent it like they should, as beautiful as it is. So you have to look it up. I'll be honest with you, I had to look it up even when I was going to look at the space. So I had to do things to drive traffic there. It is your menu, just how good your food is, your service, your ability to reach people, your outreach, your reputation. I've been around for a while.
So you got it popping.
When I opened something back up, the fact that people knew about me from what I had in the city, other things I've done, helped a lot. So, not to toot my own horn, but it was exciting.
But no, you could toot your own
and they'd
fucking
just
horn.
be like, oh, okay, so she's back. She's doing something else that she's doing. And then you have to do a lot of promotion for that and get other people to do a lot of promotion for that. And then what you promote has to be legit for people to continue coming to you. So it's not so hard to get new customers. It's very hard to maintain them.
So you can definitely toot your own horn. I mean, does anybody in Oakland restaurant wise have it more popping than you?
Oh, well, come on now. Yes. Yes, they do.
Are they your friends or your unfriendly competition?
Competition is great. Competition is always, you need competition.
But are they your friendly competition or your unfriendly competition?
I know a lot of people in this space. So I have friends that are killing it in this space. I'm super proud of them. And we vibe off of each other and we help one another. Yeah. There's always those people who don't help you, right. You know what I mean? Who only see you as competition. And then there are the people who understand that competition is necessary to thrive. I tell people all the time, McDonald's is across the street from Burger King. Macy's is next to Norman's.
Neiman.
Macy's is next to Nordstrom's. Neiman's is across from Saks for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, nobody's trying to be far apart,
Right.
or, you know, McDonald's didn't make burgers and the person who had the idea for Burger King wasn't like, well, shit, they did it already. I'm not doing it.
So,
No.
so do y'all have like a union or something like that?
Well, we recently, one of the people who helped start something called the Oakland Restaurant Collective, but some of what that is, you just have, as I've grown in this industry, I have, you know, gotten involved in more organizations, trying to meet more people in this industry, and you really bond together. There will always be those people who do not. Some of them in this industry who get caught up with the celebrity aspect of it or what have you, and then they don't want to help. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen some of those people who have had that celebrity who are not the most friendly, who do not want to help, and they're not really popping
with they bitch
anymore.
ass.
They're
With
just
they
living-
bitch
they're living
ass.
off that, you know, off their previous accolades.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Fuck them.
no names,
No names. We ain't doing no much. Hey,
but it happens.
we're not gonna say nothing behind your back that we want to say in your face.
You gotta stay humble.
Yeah.
You gotta stay hungry, but remain humble.
How you feel about Shador Sanders?
My what?
Shador Sanders.
Who the fuck is that? What is that?
Forget about it. It's nothing. It's
Oh,
nothing.
I
Don't,
was
don't worry
like,
about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
You don't know how funny that is, but that's cool, right?
Okay, I'm like, what? Who?
And that's why niggas got to stay humble. Okay.
I mean, yeah, shit, I don't know. Who Sanders what?
Okay. All right. So
Now I'm
look.
curious.
No, don't worry about it. All right. So.
Good Lord.
Okay. So tell me this. When do people? All right. As you know, like I've been vegan for a very long time.
Yes.
Right. With the exception
Yeah,
of
we should have brought some waters down here. You got a nigga parched. Mouth hella dry. I can't get no water. Damn. Thirsty. Okay, go ahead.
And you know what? I'll be keeping one. I'll be locked and loaded.
Ain't that nothing? I don't know. I
You can
want
pour
your
it.
water.
You can pour it.
No.
Okay, so
ahead.
all right, so this is how I look at restaurants when I go in, because I had to do it for so long before vegan was really even a word they were using. I look at what the restaurant offers, and then I pick off the menu what I could have, and every now and then I might say, "Hold the feta." Like, can I get that? But hold the
and that's real. Yeah, that's fair.
So now, how do you feel about people who go into your restaurant with expectations to satisfy their cravings?
So,
Oh, by the way, I
Yeah.
have a friend who's a manager at Ocean Prime, and she said their policy is, the answer is yes. What's the question? Is that your policy?
no. In my heart, no. My mouth might say yes, but in my heart, no. That whole the customer is always right worked until the customer took it too far.
How far is that?
Okay, it's too far. So, because what the customer is extremely entitled and honorary and unforgiving and over expecting.
How? Like, what do they do to
So-
make you feel that way?
Okay, right. So we talked about this. So the vegans, my menu is designed so that I have things that are vegan, that are naturally gluten free, that are for meat eaters. Like I have there is something for everyone. But you get vegans who come into the rest, they look at the menu and, well, I'm vegan. What can I have? I said, okay, well, we have the wonderful black and jackfruit tacos. They're delicious. All of our salad dressings are vegan. I even make a vegan Caesar dressing.
Now, who would be mad at that? I mean, where the anger
I'm
come in?
saying. So you get there entitled. I did this with a lady. I went through the options and she's like, well, I didn't really want a salad. I don't really feel like this. You know, you should really have more vegan options. I said, and I said this to her. I said, that's really interesting because I don't go into vegan restaurants and say, wow, you really should have more meat options. And she just looked at me like this. And then she walked away.
You know what you should have done? You should have reached in your pocket and pulled out some candy and be like, eat this, bitch. It's trick or treat, bitch.
I mean, but the audacity
Yeah.
of her, I'm not here to have everything you want on the menu.
Right.
And here's the things, there's a couple things with restaurants.
Damn, you got really offended by that though. Like you took that immediately to the personal shit.
Yes, because there is something on this menu for you.
Mm-mm.
There are things that are not salads. It's just may not be what you felt like. So if you want an abundance of options, a plethora of vegan choices, you should go to a vegan restaurant.
Yeah.
And I can supply you with some choices.
Mm-hmm.
But more often than you think, okay, for example.
Did she end up ordering something?
No, she walked out because I looked at that bitch like she was crazy.
Yeah, I figured
Because she was
got
crazy.
Okay.
Because she looked to me, I took offense to it because you don't come in my restaurant and tell me how I should run my business.
Yeah.
And you don't come in my restaurant and tell me what should be on my menu based on you, one single fucking person's desire for what you want to eat.
Yeah.
You are a very small percentage of the people that walk in here.
Yeah.
So the fact that you think I'm supposed to cater to what you want when I have considered you, you don't expect me to consider you because I considered you. Now you're expecting me to cater to you. And I consider, but I don't cater.
So is that something that all restaurant
I
do
cater, but you know what I'm
is
saying.
that something that all restaurant goers should have in mind when they go and ask for different shit in different restaurants?
Yes. Vegan people should have that in mind.
Okay, but like say if a non-vegan person goes to a non-vegan restaurant, they still might want like, y'all don't have no Angus?
Okay, so, and they shouldn't do that. So, you know, people who don't eat beef or pork, right? Don't go to a steakhouse and then be mad because your choices are limited. I mean, of course, every steakhouse has a fish and a chicken dish, right? Now, it's very possible, and nowadays, especially in California, every steakhouse has some vegan shit too. But they may have one fish dish and one chicken dish, right? So don't act like they're supposed to have multiple options for you because they are a steakhouse, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So you need to respect that people are doing, one, what they want to do, and that's their right. People are also doing what they're good at, okay?
Right.
And that's their right. So you could go into carnivorous, whatever, that's right?
Yeah,
Something like that, whatever, right? Restaurant, and you can have a chef who maybe is really attempting to do a lot of vegan items, and maybe they don't come out that great. Now, you could just do a whole bunch of different vegetables.
Right.
Without butter, and that's vegan.
Now,
right? Not super creative, but it's vegan.
Was it Kentucky Fried Chicken that said we do chicken right?
I think it was.
Okay.
See, I'm a fan of In-N-Out. Okay, not only do I like their burgers, I'm a fan of the In-N-Out model.
It's quick.
No, In-N-Out is, check this out. We make burgers, shakes, and fries. And that's it.
Don't come and ask for no onion rings.
Don't come in and ask for, no, we don't have no vegan burgers. We don't have chicken burgers. We don't have turkey burgers. We don't. We have burgers, shakes, fries, and sodas.
So what's your slogan? What's your slogan?
I think that's amazing. Look how successful they are. They stuck to their guns. They know what they do. They do it well.
Are they're only in California? They're not out here. I know that.
They are mostly in California. That's a good point. Now, I'm not quite sure.
Now, what's your slogan?
I don't have one.
Well, we need to come up with one.
I know. I think I do have one. Maybe I don't remember because I don't use it that often.
So you need to use it so niggas know what the fuck they showing up for.
You're showing up for some good food.
Right,
That's
like,
what you're showing up for.
Yeah, shit, get some cuisine your ass off.
Yes. I know. I can give you some slogans, but I've been creating them for my restaurants for years. But
I think slogans are good. What I've learned is that if you have a slogan,
it's memorable.
And people will say that shit back to you. Like, just think about Nike, just do it. You know?
I used to have real food for the soul. But then people started using that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So, yeah, you have to like, you got to trademark things. It becomes a lot.
Yeah. So, all right. Now, one thing I respect about your whole hustle, and this is where people could really gain from you. You work hella hard.
Hella hard.
Like I can't say unreasonably, but
hella harder than
it's kind of unreasonable.
Yeah, lightweight.
Yeah,
lightweight, yes.
So you work really hard and you make it look good, borderline glamorous. Explain how you make grunt work pretty.
Maybe I don't come out the kitchen.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's interesting. It's interesting you say that because well, you don't know how many times, like, my hair is never down. I'm clearly out of town.
Right.
I'm always in a bun or a ponytail or my hair is wet. So, so many times I change my clothes in the office. I will go from, chef coat or an apron, not even a chef coat, apron and a t-shirt to having to put on a dress. I got to run around the corner real quick. Then I got to come back and get back in that apron and t-shirt, what have you.
Hella events.
Hell of events, right? And a lot of times when I'm there, that's where I'm coming from. And luckily for my staff, I don't have to get in the kitchen as much as I used to, like at all, except for very special events. But it's still, the restaurant industry is just still a lot of work. One, I'm responsible for the livelihoods of all the people that work for me.
Right.
And that's extremely important to me. So every bit of my business sense, my creativity, every thought I have, everything I put into place, their families eat off of that.
Yeah.
That means something to me. That means a lot to me.
That's the big part.
That's a
of
big
being
part
a
of
boss.
it for me. That's a big part of being a boss, right? It's not about you, but it is about the people that depend on me and the people that I serve, the people that eat my food, the people that make my food, all of that. Then me, but it's a lot of people want to own restaurants because they think it's glamorous because you can be like, oh, I own this. Look at this. Look at this, right? And it's not like that. It's hard. You have to pivot every second. You got to know how to pivot. You have to know how to juggle. You have to know how to maintain. You have to know how to create because as a chef and an owner, the owner part of you is a business person. The chef part of you is a creative. So it's where creativity and business meets.
Yeah. And so like I always kept a standard, not a standard, but it was like a gold star for restaurants. When I would go there and I would see the owner wipe off a table. Like if I ever saw that shit, I'd be like, "Ooh, they really give a fuck."
No, that nigga's really tired and somebody called out.
but everybody doesn't. I mean, it's not like that's their job. But if they see something, they'll be out there and like, "Oh, you're the owner of this motherfucker."
Yeah, and you're right. Okay, so and they really do care.
Yeah,
of course, yeah, they really do care. Last Sunday, I got a lot of young busboys that work for me, and so I said
that was Easter.
Easter.
Right, okay.
I looked at them and I think it was Easter. Yeah. And I was like, so if y'all see me picking up a plate, that means you're not working hard enough. Because I shouldn't be out here picking up
straight the fuck up.
Get up.
No, straight up. Like my shit,
get it.
When I had my stores, it was like, if it's dirty, clean it. If it's clean, shine it. If it's shiny, buff it.
Yes.
But all that standing around shit.
If you lean, you can clean.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So there's no, but
But you run that shit, you run a very tight hands-on ship. And,
I try.
And you make that shit look
We're
like.
We're not perfect. And people need to know that too. I had a woman, and I swear, I'ma still go on my page one day, and I'm not gonna bust her out by name. But I had a woman, it was a really busy day. We have an hour-and-a-half table limit, as do most restaurants. She was in there with a friend. She was dining. She had eaten her food. She maybe still had a drink or whatever, and they're sitting there talking. So it was about 20 minutes had gone by, and their server, who happened to be my daughter, walked over to them and said, I'm very sorry, but would you mind finishing your drinks in the bar area, right? Or out on the sun deck, whatever it was. And she said, oh, sure, no problem. Then she goes home, goes online, and wants to say, never eat it. I will never eat at Town Fair again. You should eat here. She added me. So she said,
wait, was it Instagram or Google reviews?
On Instagram. She said, Chef Michele McQueen needs to talk to her staff. So I was like, okay, hold up.
Are we fighting on Instagram?
Yeah. Hold up. Now you went too far because you done add a bitch.
Yeah.
And now I'm irritated.
Yeah.
So on the low, a mutual friend of ours hit me, right? Texted me and was like, I know her, I don't know what happened or why she said this. I was like, wow, that's really weird. We were super busy. I mean, like pages of a wait list, right? 4 pages of wait, but it was smooth.
Right.
People getting their food in 15 minutes.
Right.
The wait was about 25 minutes. I mean, it was smooth.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good day. Good day.
I do a little more investigating. I'm trying to find out. She tells me who the woman is. She gave me the woman's number, but I didn't call her.
Wait, you know the woman?
No, but she gave me the woman's number. I didn't call her. But then I asked Jordan if she knew what happened today, and Jordan was like, yeah, I served her. She said, I asked her, what I just said, would you mind moving, whatever? And she said, the woman looked at me and was like, sure, no problem. So here's my problem. One, if you have an issue while you are there, state the issue while you are there. If you go home, if you want to be so public as to be public on IG, be public in public. Okay. Don't punk out and be public behind your phone. Because that's some scared bitch shit to me.
Put a face to it.
You have something to say.
Put a face to it.
And you stand behind what you feel. If you really feel like you were treated poorly, you should be confident enough about your treatment to say it while you were there. But when you sit for another 20 minutes and then go home and then get on your phone and do all this and you want to at somebody. So now all of a sudden you've gained some level of, you done got the gumption up the nerve, want to stick your chest out and want to at somebody about it.
What I should have said.
Your chest poked out at the restaurant. Okay. So then I go, okay. And I'm always ready for the smoke. I'm here for all the smoke at all times. At all times, please.
Hookah,
right? Please bring it to me. Bring it to me. I'm ready.
Forest fire.
At all times, I'm ready. Please come. I am willing and waiting. So I Google her. Right?
Damn.
She's a doctor. She's a gynecologist.
Oh shit.
Girl, your reviews are 3 out of 5 stars. Your reviews say how your bedside manner is horrible. Your reviews say how your customers, your patients aren't confident in the things that you're telling them. Your reviews are poor. So.
And she dealing with something a little more sensitive than brunch.
I'm just saying. So my point is, before you go, what's the word? Something at a glass house, whatever. Okay. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right. Check your own shit. Because unfortunately, or fortunately for you, people can't go up, and your place is not so public, where people can walk up in there and all of a sudden get on their IG and talk about how poor your relationships are as a physician with your patients. So
wait a minute.
Don't come into my job and act like all of a sudden you want to have an opinion, right? But so, and I never went on IG and talked about it, but I think I'm gonna go on it.
Well, you're doing it now.
I know, but I'm gonna do it on my page.
You gonna have to.
But I'm not gonna at her. Now I could be petty. So lucky, although I am here for all the smoke, I am from Oakland, but I was raised by my mama from Jersey, so I'm gonna keep it classy, and I'm not gonna at her. But I did DM her, and I told her very professionally that it is very unfortunate that Black woman to Black woman, right? I wish you had said something while you were there. And if anything was wrong, I would have done everything to try and make the situation better for you. But since you didn't, it's unfortunate that then you then take to IG with,
like, how many points do you get for that? That's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I was very professional in what I DM'd her for, but in the back of my mind, I was cussing her out.
Yeah.
That was some punk ass shit.
Yeah, that's weak as fuck.
And then she took it down. It was only on her stories anyway. It doesn't matter. It's the principle.
It's totally the principle.
It's the principle.
I don't think people are good communicators.
A lot of people do that, though. A lot of people go into restaurants and they don't speak up while they're there. And then they want to leave and have something to say about it.
So this is your formal invitation letting people know that we welcome your communication.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially if it's valid. But be prepared. If it is not valid, people will call you out on that. Because
nobody's perfect. We not perfect. You not perfect. So it might be some...
and I don't know how people feel about me saying this, but Black people go into Black-owned restaurants and cut up. Okay, Black people go into Black-owned restaurants and expect / demand, but this extraordinary level of treatment that they do not expect when they go into establishments owned by non-Black people.
Yeah, Black people.
And I don't know what that's from. And I often want to ask, like, Chinese people, do your people come in here and have a different expectation than they do when they go to Cheesecake Factory or...
Well, no, you know what I think it is? I think generally the bully, because a non-bullying Black person ain't gonna do that, but generally the bully goes and bullies who they think they can bully. So they'll go into a Chinese restaurant and bully a Chinese motherfucker
or do you think
too.
it's this? Do you think that because we go into white-owned establishments where we may not feel very empowered?
Yeah, that's what
right?
it is. Hell yeah.
Or we may not feel, empowered, right? But you go into a Black-owned establishment, you feel like, whew, I can just let loose. I'm going to just,
totally.
Yeah. But now you can say and cut up, but y'all cut up.
I think Black people will cut up.
And obviously not all Black people, but enough for me to mention.
No doubt. I think niggas will cut up at a Black joint, Asian joint, depending on the, maybe not Japanese, but definitely Chinese joint and a Mexican joint. People who they think they could just be like, nigga, get my shit. Where the fuck my shit at? But very rarely will it be a white joint that niggas will act up in.
Then they want it. Then
hella rare. And
yeah.
And that's like probably a decades back dynamic on some power shit.
It is. It stems back to that shit.
Yeah.
It all stems back to slavery. Y'all still got that massa in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they come in and they cut up, and I'm very respectful, but I'm also very clear.
And it's not just restaurants. It's just businesses.
Here's the thing. Like you said, we're not perfect. So if something goes wrong, I will do whatever I need to do, whatever I can do to make sure that you have a better experience, 100%. I'm talking about the times when people come in and their expectations are out of this world. And not even their expectations, their demands rather are just out of this world. And you're like, what were you thinking?
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. People come in, and there's a line and we get to them and they say,
oh, you be having a line.
Yes.
That's how you know it's popping.
And I say, oh, how many in your party? Oh, we have a party of 20. Girl. What made you think that you could come in here with a party of 20?
Right. With no reservation?
No, we don't take reservations. So now there are occasions that people come in. I have 2 tables that seat 10, a table that seats 8, 2 tables that seat 6s. I don't put tables together anymore because when I put tables together, now it takes up too many tables and then I can't seat parties of 4 and 2 and what have you. I'm so happy that you chose to come to us for your birthday celebration and whatnot. But I do not have a private room.
But see, that's good information for the non-restaurant owner because people could be coming from a wedding or a funeral or a family reunion.
People who've never eaten out before.
Well, no, I mean, fuck.
Do you go to a restaurant with 20 people?
I don't even.
Thinking you gonna walk in and get a table?
I don't even know 20 people.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
I'm saying.
And I don't mean to be an asshole. Like I said, it's great.
Yeah.
But understand that I can't even name a restaurant
that
can do that. Now, here's where
What about Houston's?
No, they only have booths.
Oh, right,
and
right.
Their largest booth might seat 6 to 8.
Okay.
So it might be because there have been times when me trying to satisfy people that we have accommodated.
What about if you
large
put this
parties,
on your?
Right?
What about
and
if you?
So I think what's happened is we've accommodated people like that before. So
you got a website?
Yes. So people have come in. We did it. And then I think they spread the word. I had a man say that once. I said, because I had to ask, what made you think that you could come in here with this? He said, oh, my sister said they came in. I said, okay, so see, that's the problem. So it's me.
So you was mad.
He wasn't mad.
No, you were mad and he was naive.
I was curious. I wasn't mad. I was struggling to seat them. But because it was towards the latter part of us being open, I was able to do it.
Okay.
And, and I wanted to, and they were patient, whatnot. And we were able to, it was also Sway and his family.
What up, Sway? Okay.
So, but
you had to,
but even before I knew it was Sway's family,
did he give you a shout out on XM Radio?
I don't know.
Damn it.
But he very well could have. But even before I knew it was his family, I was still trying to accommodate the gentleman. But I really just wanted to know. I didn't ask him with the attitude. I was really curious. And I was like, okay, so that's what it is. So I actually caused this because since I've accommodated large groups before, now the word has spread. So I need to respread the word.
Yeah, being nice.
That, or I'll have people who say, I'll say, how many in your party? And they'll say 10 or so. They'll say, oh, I had a reservation. And I said, oh, we don't take reservations. Well, I called. I said, oh, did you speak to someone? No, but I called. I said, okay, so if you call and you don't talk to anyone, that means you actually don't have a reservation.
They had it
And I
That's
have
that's
to be like that.
no, right, 'cause
And
that's a crazy-
I kind of have to ask clown
Yeah.
with a smile.
as you should, because that's a crazy
But
assumption. I
it's
called.
like a lesson.
Yeah, nobody answered, but I called. What the fuck is wrong with
Yeah, I'm
you?
like, okay, so that means you didn't talk to anybody. So therefore,
Yeah.
but let me help you out. Let me see what we can do.
Right.
But I have to just have a little teaching moment. I'm about to
Yeah.
have a teaching moment with some cognac. It's 2:53, and we gotta.
Okay, we about to get. So,
It's
all right, so-
5:53.
yo, this motherfucker is
Right.
funny.
Happy hour.
All right, so yes, we about to get our feet on this pavement, but you know, on the inaugural episode of having a guest on Sorry for My Language, this is Chef Michele McQueen. And all right, Michele, if somebody is not in Oakland but they plan on going, where can they find you to check out the restaurant or information?
So you can go on townfaircafe.com. That is TOWNFARECAFE.com. Check out our website. We are open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are open till 3:30 on Sunday. Sorry about that. For brunch on Sundays, which is table service, we are counter service Wednesday through Saturday. Come for the delicious food, stay for the chill family vibes, and we'll see you there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Is there a website?
Yeah, that was the website.
You just said the
gave you.
website.
Yes, I just said the website.
I wasn't paying attention.
Damn.
Hey, what's your IG?
Chef Michele with one L. Chef Michele McQueen. At Chef Michele McQueen.
That's what's up. And there you have it, motherfucker. We from Oakland, bitch. And Oakland is winning right now. And we're so happy that DC is a
Oakland is winning. Oakland has been named the #1 food city in the country by Condé Nast.
Okay.
Oakland, a restaurant in Oakland, Burdell, has been named the #1 restaurant in the country.
Damn.
Right. So Oakland has great food. I have friends with great restaurants. We speak 100 and I think it's 56 languages in Oakland, and it's all very reflective in our food. You can have delicious food from food trucks to Michelin stars. Don't believe it till you try it for yourself. Come holler at us.
I love it. I love it. And there you have it. I'm Grindstone. Go to grindstoneuniversal.com. Understand that I'm only bringing you shit that you can't get nowhere else in a fashion that nobody else is going to bring it to you. We appreciate you for tuning in. Share with a friend. And right now, we're going to make our great exit because we got somewhere to go, according to Michele. So we will holla. Peace.